Hi. So in this video, I want to tell you guys a story about my experience having a viral video. I'm going to go over how that affected my business and my social media, as well as what I learned from it and how you guys can take the opportunity and make it something that's helpful to you instead of hurtful. Also, I'm filming from a different angle. Pretty cool. Okay, so earlier in the year, my goal on Instagram was to get to 2,000 followers. And I made it. And that's around the time when I posted a reel on Instagram, and that blew up and got about 8 million views. At the time, there's a trend on TikTok about putting anything into an album cover. I started making my own series of that, and eventually one of them blew up. See, my goal on that year was to get to 2,000 followers. After that video, in the span of like 1 or 2 weeks, I hit 18,000 followers. This was actually insane. Like, when a video goes viral, it feels like everyone you know kind of knows. I had like coworkers messaging me. My friends would message me and be like, how many views is it at? Oh my God, this is crazy. My DMs were exploding. I get so many DMs constantly. See, while it's blowing up, it's awesome and everything's going well, but there is kind of like a negative side to this. See, a viral video is a huge opportunity for you and your business to grab a larger audience, and you don't want to squander that. Spoiler alert, I did squander it. So I'll tell you why though. Basically, when a video blows up like that, you kind of feel like a lot of, I hit the mic. When a video blows up like that, you feel a lot of pressure that the next video you put out needs to be as good. Not only that, you have to put it out right away too. And I did do that. I kept putting out similar videos over and over, and they'd get hundreds of thousands of views. Each video though would get less and less. But here's the thing, okay? That video that I put out wasn't really for the audience that I actually want. I was making those videos to get views and to grow my Instagram account, but the content that I was using to do that wasn't actually what I want to make. I post artsy cover art that is like a serious piece of work that I made. These videos that I were putting out were kind of more on the funny side. They weren't really like that artistic or challenging. They were more to kind of get a laugh or get a like or a follow. So what effect does that have on your audience? Basically, all the people who saw that one video and started following me, which by the way was like 16,000 people, they all didn't really care for the actual content that I was producing, the content that I care about and that I want people to see. Fast forward to present day, and my analytics are not looking too good. Basically, ever since then, I've just been slowly losing followers. And actually, when I post something and get like a lot of engagement, that actually lowers the amount of followers I lost that day by a pretty decent amount. I think at the time of this recording, I'm around like 14,000 followers. So I've already lost 4,000 since like the peak of that video blowing up. Like on a good day, I'll lose like 5 followers. But if I have a post that does really well, I will get followers from that, but the amount that I lose just completely squashes that. Like I'll gain like 12 followers and then like lose 40 of them. Now that I'm losing followers so quickly and that most of my followers aren't engaging with the content that I'm posting, Instagram's algorithm takes that as, oh, this guy's content is not good, so we're not gonna promote it. So my reach and impressions have been terrible. The amount of people seeing my stories are bad. The amount of people engaging and liking with my posts are bad. And this is comparing to when I only had 2,000 followers. My engagement with 14,000 followers is less than it was when I had 2,000. So I'm gonna stop rambling. And I'm gonna tell you what you guys can do to prepare if you ever have a viral video. The main thing that I learned from this experience is that I should post content that I want to make. The reason all these new followers don't care about my work is because this isn't why they followed me. They followed me for a funny 12-second reel, and I'm posting cover art. Cover art that is not funny. It's just kind of artsy and photoshoppy. Advice number 2 is that I would get in the habit of posting consistently. See, I'm not very consistent on Instagram because I kind of just post content when I have it, and that really messes you up, especially if you have this giant new audience that comes from a viral video. If you're already in the habit of posting like once a week or twice a week or even once every 2 weeks, then that creates an expectation from your audience, and that won't leave your audience kind of like forgetting about you. And one more thing I learned that isn't really advice, but I think is equally as important, is that the amount of followers you have on Instagram actually doesn't matter at all. When my followers were going up, it was amazing. Even if I went from like 100 to 200, it was crazy. Like, I thought the max that I would ever want on Instagram is 10,000, and I almost doubled that in like a week or 2. There was absolutely no difference, really. I mean, there are good parts of having a large following. Like, it kind of gives you more social credit. Like, when someone sees you have 100 followers versus 14,000 or 18,000, they do kind of like respect your work a little bit more and think you're cooler than you actually are. But that's not true at all. It makes no difference, really. It's an artificial number, and it honestly does not matter at all. So, I mean, it's not really advice, but a question for you that maybe you should ask yourself is, why do I want more followers? Like, having an amount of followers is not the goal. The amount of followers you have is something you use to reach another goal. So that's pretty much all I had to talk about, really. If you guys have any questions about anything I said, let me know in the comments and I'll answer every single one as always. Also, consider subscribing. Also, if you guys have ever had a viral video, I'm curious what your experience was with that. Was your experience similar to mine? I know a lot of people kind of take that opportunity and run with it. Personally, I feel like I kind of squandered it because I wasn't posting the stuff that those people followed me to see. All right, that's the end of the video. See ya.